hello there and Happy New Year. I hope you've all had a wonderful, good New Year so far. Now, because it is the New Year and a lot of us are either artists or people that enjoy art in general, we make a lot of resolutions, like we want to draw more, we want to create more, we want to build a following. So basically, I just wanted to give you a bit of motivation and advice on how you can be an artist in the 21st century. What I want to say, as an artist, it doesn't mean you haven't succeeded if you don't have a huge audience. As an artist, you grow and you learn, and if you're lucky, an audience will grow with you. But don't ever expect success to come overnight, because success will not just happen instantaneously. Someone I admire a lot is Sean McCabe. He said once that you should think where you want to be in 2 years, look to the point you want to be, and do what you can now to achieve what you want to do and where you want to be in 2 years from now. So you've got to work hard if you want to achieve it, and maybe it's cliche, but you really do need to work hard. It may seem very difficult at first, like you're not getting anywhere. Trust me, I've had so many moments of that, thinking, why am I trying? Why am I bothering? No one's noticing any of my work. What is the point? But success does not happen overnight unless you're insanely lucky or you know the right people. If you want to be a better artist, you need to just draw. That is the best advice I can give you. Draw. You are not going to get very far by taking expensive classes that are involving you reading about how to draw. Just like you don't learn to ride a bike by reading a book. You don't read how to do something. You learn how to do things by doing. So no amount of classes and books will ever compare to you actually physically going out there and doing it. You don't have to pay a lot of money to learn new things. We're in, you know, a very modern world now. There's so much online that's free, so many resources. I can put a few in the description if you'd like them. Just draw. Just draw, and that is the only way you're ever going to get any better. No matter how long it's been since you've last drawn, it's never too late to try and start drawing again until it is. And it is true when people say, you know, anything could happen tomorrow, but it's very easy when you're in the moment to think to yourself, you know, well, I'm here now, you know, I'll be fine. I tend to think to myself that, you know, what if I had an accident tomorrow and I broke my wrist, or something happened and I'm not able to use my left drawing hand anymore? I wouldn't be able to draw. But if I had my right hand, at least, I would just have to relearn to draw with my right hand, because I love art too much to ever stop doing it. I don't think I could ever stop. I'd always try and find a way. And just remember, you do not have to be Da Vinci to be an artist. This is something that I struggled with for a really long time. I felt that I had to be at a certain level to kind of call myself an artist, because I didn't really feel that I was good enough to be an artist. But everyone can be an artist. It doesn't matter if you do stickmen or you do bloody Da Vinci masterpieces. You're an artist if you create. So what is a good artist then? Do you think a good artist is Da Vinci? Or do you think that a good artist is someone that makes loads of money? To me, a good artist is someone who enjoys their work, enjoys what they do, without bashing other artists to get there. I've come across a handful of artists that tend to view other artists as competition, and I think that's ridiculous. Other artists are your allies, not your enemies. I've met so many incredible artists since being on YouTube especially, and they just have been so supportive of me and so kind, and I've been able to collab and do some amazing things and learn new things and learn about new tools because I've interacted with other artists. And as an artist, you follow people that you admire and you follow people that you like, and basically you've got to remember that you're seeing their best work. You're seeing your behind the scenes. So to compare your behind the scenes to their best work is crazy, and it does tend to get you at times. You think, well, why are they so good, and why does mine look like this? Look at artists as a point. Look at them and think, right, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. I'm back here right now. I want to be there. Use other artists as inspiration. Don't look at them as people that are better than you, people that will succeed more than you. Just allow them to inspire you, not discourage you. Nobody comes out of the womb and goes, woo, I can draw eyeballs and hands perfectly, I can do that great. People learn, Nobody is just automatically amazing at making the eyeballs the same. It's just not possible. Now, to find motivation, especially when you're first starting out, it's very easy to get discouraged and just give up very easily. I used to never finish most of my drawings because I was like, right, I'm happy with this now. I'm afraid I'm going to ruin it, so I'm not going to even try. I'm not even going to try to finish it. The key here is to not give up. A few years ago, I tried to do some acrylic painting and it was awful. So I stuck to digital painting because that was what I was good at. That was what I was most experienced with. You know, I didn't branch out. I stuck with digital painting. But I was always inspired by, in particular, Jamie Joan, Banana Jemana. She's incredible. I love her. My life goal as an artist now is just to be her friend. because she's amazing. She makes these beautiful canvases, and I was just so inspired by her that I was like, you know what, I really want to do canvases again. I really want to use acrylic paint, and I did, and I got better. And I realised that those few extra years I had of doing digital painting helped me learn acrylics. So my point here is, if you don't like one medium, try something else, but don't ever dismiss it completely. Now, finding a community is incredibly important. And it's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's one of the most important things that you can do for yourself as an artist. It makes your journey as an artist so much easier and so much more fun when you have other people to share it with and other people to learn from and grow with. You can find people on DeviantArt, you can find people on YouTube, you can find people on Instagram, Twitter, you can use, you know, hashtags in different places. So just search hashtags, leave comments on people's work. I don't mean, oh, come check out my work, because there's nothing more irritating than someone that tries to advertise themselves in other people's comments. Don't do that. Just be consistent with people, you know, like their work, comment on their work. Every artist likes recognition for their work, so to be able to give that recognition to other people is very important. Leave comments and try to strike up conversation with them. Ask them what supplies they use. Just the art community is huge. There's the snobby part of the art community, there's the incredibly welcoming, amazing part of the art community, and there's tons of little bubbles of the art community with people inside. Just remember that people in the art community are on a path. Some people are further along the path than you are, but that doesn't mean the path isn't still open for you to follow in their footsteps. Now, your mindset is very, very important, and this is something I'm trying to work on in the new year as well. It's about being motivated. I can't remember where I read this once, but motivation is something that is not always going to be there. The only way that you can get forward when you don't have motivation is to make things habit. Even really when you do not want to do things, just do it. Go out and do it, even if you really do not want to. Try and make a habit, because habit will always be there, whereas motivation is not always going to consistently be there for you. And never get into the mindset that, oh, I'm never going to get anywhere because there's too many people that already do it, or there's so many people that are better than me, or I've tried before and I've not gotten anywhere, so what's the point in trying again? I'm too old, what's the point in starting now? I don't stick out. I'm not going to succeed. I'm no good. I'm useless. I'm bad at this. That's fear. That's your fear. That's your natural instinct of fear. And fear is good to some degrees. Fear does help you, but it doesn't necessarily help you too much in this way. And the thing is, you need to understand that you are never going to get rid of fear completely. Fear is a natural instinct that's never going to go away. So you've got to learn to accept that it's going to be there in certain periods of your life. The more you accept it, the less you're pushing against it, and the less difficult it will be to accept it, if that makes sense. So I've mentioned this book before, but I'm going to mention it again because I absolutely love it. It's called Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, and she talks about fear. And I'm just going to read a little section from this book now because it's very, very, very well written. Here's how I've learned to deal with my fear. I made a decision a long time ago that if I want my creativity in my life, and I do, then I will have to make space for fear too. Plenty of space. In fact, it seems to me that my fear and my creativity are basically conjoined twins, as evidenced by the fact that creativity cannot take a single step forward without fear marching right alongside it. Fear and creativity shared a womb, they were born at the same time, and they still share some vital organs. This is why we have to be careful of how we handle our fear, because I've noticed that when people try to kill off their fear, they often end up inadvertently murdering their creativity in the process. It seems to me that the less I fight my fear, the less it fights back. And basically, she has a big speech she's prepared, and what she overall says is that she and her creativity are going on a road trip, and fear is more than welcome to join them because she knows full well that it will anyway, whether she says it can or not. But she and her creativity are the only ones that are going to make decisions in her life, whereas fear, as much as it wants to join them, will not make any of her decisions. You have to make art for you. Don't make it for other people. You've got to make it for yourself. You've got to enjoy it. If you're making art for other people, you're not going to enjoy it anymore. That's the thing about art and creativity in general. It's not always about someone who sees it or who sees it, so much as it is about keeping it in your life. And you don't want to end up hating it because you're getting so frustrated that no one is seeing it. And always remember that you've got to keep your personality around, you've got to keep your personality in your art. That's why I show my face, because I feel that it's nice to have a face behind the art. People like to form an emotional connection to people, they like to get a somewhat level of trust, and I feel that I do my best to try and achieve that with my channel. Please do leave a comment down below on what you feel you've learned as an artist or what you feel that other people should learn. I would like to hear that. So anyway, I talked for a bit of a long time. I don't know, this is going to be a long video, I apologise. If you're still watching, thank you very much, I appreciate it. I hope that, again, the new year treats you well. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello. Today I'm going to be making an ASMR video. Basically, it's where people like tap things.